All right, we're back with Mickey's Earbuds. I'm here with Justin. How are you doing?
Doing just fine. How are you, Dave?
I am surviving the corona right now.
Aren't we all?
As we're recording this, I don't know about you, Justin, but I have kind of had the Disney fever really bad for a few months, but this has only made it worse.
Yeah, it's always worse when you want to do something and somebody's telling you you can't, makes you want to do it even more.
Yeah, my relative who works at Disney, Cian, she is apparently still doing security and she's still doing all this. It's really cool to hear that they are still working and still taking care of stuff and still paying their employees. I've been really happy to hear that, and it looks like Disney's doing a good job.
I would imagine maintenance is working plenty of time out there right now, just kind of keeping everything up to snuff with
You know,
nobody using the attractions all the time.
I was thinking about that and all the construction for the 50th. They probably are really cranking it out, I'd imagine, if they can.
Oh yeah,
I
you
mean,
can have
because
them working day and night right now.
yeah, the state of Florida at this point of the recording, which is on March 23rd, has not done a mandatory 10 or less yet. They are suggesting it. They're following the federal guideline. And so I'd imagine that these companies, they're like going, hey, look, let's get these things built faster. No one's going to be around. Let's fix, 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 go, go, go until we can't.
Absolutely, seize the moment.
I think Walt would be all for that, even though he wouldn't close the parks.
You're probably right.
He would seize the moment. All right, Justin, so I have a surprise for you.
All right.
This is a little segment I've been working on, doing some homework on. I didn't tell you until, okay, I told him right before we started, so he's not surprised. But it is a surprise. This is called This or That. And this is the idea where random fire things at Justin and he has to choose which one he likes better. And he can justify it. He doesn't have to justify it. It's really up to him. But this is the This or That. I'm going to do Disney rides. So you ready for this?
I am ready. By the way, I have not heard the rides he's going to mention. I've just heard the category,
Yeah.
possibly.
All right. So this or that. Would you rather go on, if you had to choose, Soarin' or Flight of Passage?
Ooh,
It could be old Soarin', by the way.
yeah. That no, gosh, gonna go with Soren. Actually, I'm kind of an old school guy, so going with Soren.
All right. Old Soarin' and New and Flight of Passage are pretty hard. New Soarin' versus Flight of Passage, it'd be Flight of Passage.
I don't know. I still would go with Soren either way.
All right. Splash Mountain or Cali River Rapids?
Splash Mountain, no contest. I love the theming. I love the story of Splash Mountain, and I really love seeing the castle and that final drop. So, yep,
Yeah.
Splash Mountain.
Okay. August, which one?
Which one in August?
Yeah.
Still Splash.
And in January or February when it's cold in Florida?
Still Splash.
All right. Everest or Thunder?
Everest.
Really? Not coming with OG?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Everest on that one. I definitely am enjoying the thrill factor in Everest as compared to Big Thunder. Even though I love them both, I'm going with Everest.
Have you ever been tempted to grab some of those hair ties off of Everest to get rid of them? Or have you ever been tempted on the other side to like, I should throw one on there too?
No, and I don't use hair ties. I don't have much hair, so
Yeah, if you don't have never been on it, you go up to the part where the ride changes. For some reason, there are hundreds of hair ties up there. I don't know what that is. All right,
I,
next one. You ready?
ready.
Slinky or Mine Train?
Slinky.
Have you been on Slinky?
I have been on Slinky.
I haven't even been on Slinky yet.
I've been on Slinky twice now. So, yep, Slinky.
Mine Train is fun, but I've not been on Slinky, so I can't make a call. All right, River Journey or Pirates?
Pirates.
I didn't think that was going to be hard. I agree.
The audio animatronic at the end of River Journey is fantastic, though. I will have to say, I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, they've been working, and at the end of Pirates too.
Yeah, could almost be Johnny Depp sitting in that chair.
Isn't it? Hasn't he actually sat in that chair?
I don't know if he's actually sat in the chair, but he's made an appearance before.
All right, so next one. The aliens swinging swirling saucers or the teacups?
Teacups.
I haven't been on the alien swirling saucers in Toy Story yet.
I have.
So.
I have teacups.
All right, this one I'm pretty sure I know where this one's gonna go. Toy Story Mania or Buzz Lightyear?
Oh, Toy Story Mania.
Yeah, that's Buzz Lightyear. They could take a lesson or two, though it's a pretty fun ride.
I
All
think
right.
Buzz Lightyear predates Toy Story Mania too, so that you got to take that into account.
Yeah. All right. Test track or dinosaur?
Ah, dinosaur.
Really?
One reason I'm giving that one the edge is simply because it's the first and to date only ride that when I got on it for the first time actually scared me. I actually jumped at Carnotaurus a couple of times. So, yep, because it did that and it impressed me in that way, I'm giving the edge to Dinosaur.
Okay. Okay. And then finally, Haunted Mansion or Spaceship Earth?
Haunted Mansion.
Okay. What if it was Spaceship Earth with Walter Cronkite?
Haunted Mansion. Nothing against Spaceship Earth. I love learning about how I can thank the Phoenicians for the alphabet there, but Haunted Mansion's one of my all-time favorites.
Well, I'll have to keep you on your toes about these. There's a bunch of these that are really good. That's tough. I'll have, and if you'd like, maybe you could find a this or that you'd want me to do, and we can keep this going. I like this. It's interesting. Some of them are more park specific. Some of them are this. I'd like to actually do one dark ride versus dark rides. Justin and I are pretty much online, though I think Test Track is totally better than Dinosaur, and I love Dinosaur. All right, so we're gonna move on. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good.
All right, so today we're going to talk about if you were coming into town, say Justin, he lives in the Maryland area, in the Eastern Shore, of Maryland, and say he was in Florida for maybe he was going to visit a family member, or maybe it was a work trip and he had an extra day. He was just here randomly, didn't intend on it, didn't plan on it, but he
Gosh, I
finds,
would love to be on a work trip there. I'm still waiting on that to happen.
yeah, don't they usually send you out to the middle of nowhere? TM?
Uh, yeah, they usually do. They usually send me very unexciting places for the most part.
That's all right. I hear those mathematicians get some good money for it though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're on a work trip, you're visiting a family member, maybe it was a destination wedding in Florida. I don't know. You have your own story, you'll figure it out. But say Justin, you were in Florida for some other reason and you had an extra day and Disney was within a very short driving range. So the question I have for you is on a whim you go to Disney and you got one park. What park would you go to?
Magic Kingdom.
All right, so you're at Magic Kingdom. We'll stick in Magic Kingdom for today. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, you're there. You're going to Magic Kingdom. What are the things that you should probably have on you before you get there? Like, oh, I'm going on a day. What I need to stop by the drugstore, pick up a few things, or Walmart. What should I grab before I go in?
Well, I'm gonna have just a small drawstring bag, a couple of bottles of water. Yeah, trying to think of anything else pertinent, but I guess that's kind of the most important thing. I'd say water and a bag to carry them in so I don't have to hold them in my hand the whole time.
Let me add sun lotion.
Okay, yeah, you're going to need that. I'm not going to need that as much.
All right. Do you have your hat? Do you have sunglasses? What else? Think
Oh
about what
yeah,
you
I
should
don't
have.
I don't go anywhere without my hat and sunglasses, so I'll definitely have those on.
Yeah, Florida, it's noticeably
Oh,
brighter during the summertime down here.
and a poncho. Definitely am going to go and buy a poncho from Walmart or something before I even show up on property.
Now, why aren't you buying the water bottles in park?
Uh, Probably easily 2 or 3 times the price.
Okay, you have the Disney upgrade. All right, so you have these things. You quickly pick them up. Maybe you had them on you. You're heading into the park. Where do you go first?
Well, you're kind of forced to go up Main Street USA, so we're going to start there. We're just going to take, or rather, I'm just going to take a leisurely stroll up Main Street USA and soak it all in. There's plenty of atmosphere right there by itself, but then after that, I'll divert over to Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. All right. Now it's a summer day. The crowds are big. What line you heading to first? You
Space
have one
Mountain.
day.
Yeah, Space Mountain is where I'm going to first because you're not going to get a prettier shot at it than first thing in the morning.
All right. So if you're there first thing in the morning. So say if you get there around lunch though, where are you going?
Oh, around lunch, that's a really bad time, rough time to show up. But if it was around lunch in the summer, goodness, I would probably be less looking towards rides and more looking towards shows at that point, unless I happen to find something with a shorter line. So for that, I guess I would start in Frontierland or Adventureland, somewhere out that side of the park.
What shows are you going to?
I'm going to see the Enchanted Tiki Room, Country Bear Jamboree, Hall of Presidents in Liberty Square, and then from there move on into Fantasyland and Tomorrowland.
So are you going to hit up at all the Carousel of Progress?
Absolutely, yes. That would be probably that. The nice thing about Carousel of Progress is that it is good any time of day, any time of year. Don't have to worry about a line at Carousel of Progress. So definitely going to hit that up at some point.
All right, so that's kind of your start in the middle of the day. So you're saying if you start in the morning, you're gonna beeline it straight over to Tomorrowland, and you're gonna hop on the line for the Space Mountain.
Correct.
How long is too long of a wait for a day trip, a spontaneous day trip? Do you think? And any ride?
Ooh, I would say 45 minutes probably, depending on what it is. Some rides I wouldn't even wait that long necessarily.
Now, if you're just the person, what would you say to the person who's like, I'm probably never gonna go again? Would you tell them to stand in the line for like an hour and a half?
Stand in the line for Space Mountain, man. Stand in the line. If
All
you're
right.
never going to see that one again, now is the time. Now is the best time. Now is the only time.
Now you're going on a whim. It's your only day. We don't know. Maybe never. Maybe ever. What snacks should you get?
Dole Whip, absolutely top of the snack list. As there's a joke that goes around on social media, particularly Disney social media, about prioritizing Disney snacks. All snacks are good and have equal ranking Dole Whip. So, yeah, so Dole Whip is definitely going to be on the top of that snack list, followed by your Mickey ice cream bar.
By the Mickey ice cream bar. No churros?
I don't usually go for the churros personally, but to each his own there. I mean, churros are good, but I definitely prefer the Dole Whip and the Mickey ice cream bar to the churro.
Now, if it's your only day, would you get do you advise on the turkey leg?
If you are really hungry, the turkey leg is where it's at. You can make a good meal out of just one turkey leg, so don't enter into that one lightly.
Even if it's August?
It doesn't really matter as much to me, but I can see it mattering to other people where, you're out in the heat. Maybe a turkey leg is just not where you're going. You want something cooler. But for me, temperature never really has an effect on my appetite. I'm in the dead of winter in Maryland at our coldest temperatures. You'll still see me sitting down to a bowl of ice cream.
Okay, so you got in the park early. You just got off of Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Where next? You only have so many hours in the day.
Yeah. From there, I would say right now, okay, well, let's say Walt Disney World is normal circumstances, of course, Walt Disney World is open to begin with. Then let's also assume that nothing's under refurbishment. Like right now, the Walt Disney World Railroad is closed as they're trying to do the new Tron roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I would actually go out to Fantasyland Station and hop the Disney World monorail and take it all the way around to Frontierland.
Okay.
Yes. And
okay,
then
so now you're in Frontierland, though.
Yes. So after that, and now in Frontierland, at that point, I would go on Big Thunder Mountain first and then go over to Splash Mountain right after that.
So you're going to hit up the OG rides like we were talking about.
Yeah, well, if it's first thing in the morning, Space Mountain's definitely kind of a go-to, and if you've only got the one day. And then generally speaking, in those morning hours, Frontierland rides don't get as much attention at first. It takes a little bit of time for those lines to develop. So I would get over there, but I would enjoy my trip over there, hence taking the Walt Disney World Railroad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The trains I'm missing them right now, but they are.
Yeah.
But once Tron is done, which Tron looks like it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Have you seen the videos for that online?
No, I have not seen any of those yet.
They are, well, I guess I spoiled it for myself, but yeah, they have those. That's in Shanghai, I guess. It looks really cool. And
Yeah,
every
I've
time I've
seen
been there and seen the construction, it looks like it's off the charts.
right. I've seen pictures and such. I have a general idea of how it works and everything. And I've seen sample ride vehicles that they had just outside of where Space Mountain exits into Tomorrowland. So I got to see those on my last trip as well. So yeah, it looks really good. I'm really excited for it. Uh, Adding to the Magic Kingdom family of what we call e-ticket attractions. So the big headliners.
All right, so just getting back to where we were. You just went on these rides, saying that let's assume that the lines are maybe an hour for each of them. So you've been there, say at rope drop. Let's say that's at 8. You've been there, it's now noon. What are you doing around noon?
Well, I could look for lunch or I could wait until a little bit later for because right now everybody's rushing to lunch. So I could wait until a little bit later to hit up something for lunch. So at this moment in time, I would say I would just go ahead and stroll into Liberty Square, pass on lunch for now, and probably just get in line for the Haunted Mansion.
So you want the Haunted Mansion experience and the air conditioning experience.
Yeah, the air conditioning experience would be a nice bonus in the summer. Yeah.
When I
Oh,
was on the Carousel of Progress, the guy said, "And now, I introduce you to 27 minutes of air conditioning." And
yeah.
the stadium, the ride cheered.
By the way, insider tip, one of the other reasons I go to Big Thunder Mountain before Splash Mountain is because waiting in line for Big Thunder Mountain, all you have is fans, I guess, and they're just
Yeah.
kind of circulating the hot air. But in places when you wait in line for Splash Mountain, there's actually air conditioning vents blowing on you. They are in line for that attraction, literally air conditioning the outside in places when you're waiting in line for that. So that's why I go to that one next because I don't mind waiting in a longer line at Splash, but I kind of mind it over at Big Thunder.
That's fair enough. I usually just avoid splash because I don't like being wet all day. But in Florida, you're probably wet because you're sweating.
Yeah, just remember
You,
the sign says you may get wet. It doesn't say you will get wet.
all right, so you're going to the haunted mansion. You have your ghosts following you home. What's
Yes.
next?
Now I'm probably going to go for that lunch and I'll probably just stroll right on over across the street to Columbia Harbor House since it's right there. Grab a bite to eat there and go to the second floor and enjoy it.
Now you haven't stopped at any shops yet. You haven't watched any parades yet. Have you? Would you stop to watch a parade?
Honestly, I probably wouldn't just because while people are gathering for the parade, there's a whole bunch of people gathering for the parade that aren't getting in lines for attractions. So I would probably use the opportunity to see more of the attractions at that time. But some people might disagree with that and say, "Oh man, I haven't seen the parade before. I'd really like to see the parade." Well, then, go for the parade then. But my personal preference would be get in line for attractions while they're just a little bit shorter because of people waiting for that parade to go through.
Yeah, and you want to hustle when the parades are coming through,
Yeah.
because otherwise you'll get stuck.
Yeah.
Like if you're at Big Thunder at Splash, the parade comes through. There's no way you're gonna get over to the Haunted Mansion unless you move real quick. You know.
Right. But fortunately, if I'm eating lunch at Columbia Harbor House, I'm far away from the parade route at this point. And the parade usually, yeah, the parade starts at 3 o'clock or something like that. So most days at least, it starts at 3. So not going to be an issue where I'm going.
All right, so you just had your late lunch. Let's say it's about 2:30.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Does that sound right given the day so far?
Yeah, I think we can say 2:30. Yeah, there's a chance that the crowds just aren't that bad today, and you ended up or I ended up getting through those attractions a little bit faster than anticipated. But we'll say probably verging on your worst case scenario, 2:30.
Yeah. Let's say it's August, but it's also school has started in Florida at that point. So those kids are gone um, the school starts like around like the 10th down here. All right, so you did that. You got your food. You're in the Columbia Harbor House. What did you say you're going to next?
Gonna head on into Fantasyland and see what I can do over there.
Now I've noticed as I'm asking you, you've been totally antisocial. You realize this, right?
I've been totally antisocial.
Yeah, you haven't talked to anybody. You're just like bang, 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 hitting all these things.
Oh gosh, well, that's my mentality, you know. Just I am an introvert by nature. I'm not exactly going to reach out to too many people, but if a cast member says hi to me, then I'm also obviously going to say hi back. Sometimes you'll see in Magic Kingdom there's a lot of cast members around with tablets taking survey data, and they're like, "Hey, can I have a minute of your time?" And every time I'm like, "Sure, yeah, what do you want to know?" You know, so. But
But if
yeah,
it's your
generally,
only day at Disney, would you take time to talk to the tablet lady?
actually, I probably might just because really they don't take up much of your time at all. So it'll be very inconsequential to the rest of your day.
So you're in New Fantasyland. Are you getting a snack? Or are you? Oh, you just ate, so you're not getting a snack. But
No.
are you? What are you hitting first, if you can?
Well, Seven Doors Mine Train, I'm looking at it and it's got a line out the wazoo. So I'm probably not gonna wait in line for that, which it's gonna be like a 2 hour wait. So not gonna stick around for Seven Doors Mine Train at this point. But behind that at Voyage, or not Voyage of the Little Mermaid, Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid, that one that one's probably got a 40-minute posted wait. Yeah, I'll wait in line for that.
Hit a Little Mermaid, sit in some air conditioning.
Sit in some air conditioning, the line pretty much continuously moving because that's the nature of that attraction as an omnimover. It's pretty much always moving. So,
Now
yep,
there's also air conditioning in that line in some spots too.
that is true as well. And the water's rushing by, and that's kind of cooling the air. The waterfall outside is cooling the air around it to begin with.
Are you pointing out to people the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, homage in the rocks?
I suppose I could. I haven't done that yet.
Hey, do you see that? That's from the old ride. They're gonna be like, oh, cool. Actually, some people might actually think that's really cool.
Some people might. Some people who know about it, who remember it, yeah. It's been long gone for a while now, but yeah, may it rest in peace.
All right, so you did Little Mermaid, you done that. Now, if you were as your only day, what would you tell people that they should pick up if they're gonna buy Disney swag?
Man, that's a tough one because I don't remember the last time I really bought a whole lot of Disney swag. So, uh, I
Are you gonna
don't
buy
know.
the I went to Disney 2020 shirt?
No, I'm probably not going to buy the I went to Disney 2020 shirt. Um, just about now, if it's like a legit, like next year, 2021, 50th anniversary merch, I'd lay my hands on some of that, but, not a, whatever this present year is, we're celebrating it, Disney merch. I'm probably going to stay away from that.
So you wouldn't go like get pins, you wouldn't get a hat.
I would say of all the things that I would get, the things that interest me the most, and this is just me, this isn't anybody else, it's just me. Definitely looking at something that's going to last. So I'm looking at apparel and I'm looking at something that I'm going to wear not just at Disney, but other places. So I might get a baseball cap style hat that I could wear just about anywhere, or I might get a t-shirt with a really neat design, maybe of my favorite attraction, Splash Mountain, or I if they happen to have something, and you know me, you know I'm big on this. If they have this really neat looking Hawaiian shirt, I'm gonna go for that. But yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
that's the kind of thing that's the kind of thing I'm most interested in.
So how long are you staying at the park that day?
Well, if it's my only day in the park, I'm gonna stay all day in the park, probably. I don't really have too many plans on leaving because once I've gone through a lot of the attractions in the morning and in the early afternoon hours, so I've waited in all of those lines, I'm probably going to go back through and do what we talked about earlier and go and see the shows because the shows don't have too long of a wait traditionally. So I'm going to see stuff like Carousel of Progress, um, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, Mickey's Fill Our Magic in Fantasyland, Country Bears, Tiki Room, Hall of Presidents, that sort of thing.
Okay. You're probably sopping wet by now. You know that, right?
Probably what?
You're probably sopping wet with sweat by now.
Yeah, maybe, but I have spent plenty of time seeing air conditioned shows too, so it hasn't been too bad. Especially after you spent 20 minutes in Carousel Progress, you spent 10 minutes in the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, you spent almost a half an hour in the Hall of Presidents. All those are air conditioned, so it's nice it's air conditioned breaks spaced out with a little bit of walking in between. It's not too bad.
So you're staying from open to the kiss goodnight, the very end of the day.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You're going to see
I'm
both
gonna be.
rounds of fireworks.
Hey, I bought a 1 day ticket. That's not a small amount of money. I'm gonna stay and I'm gonna get my money's worth out of that ticket, especially if it's just me. If I'm in there solo, then and I know that I'm not trying to please anybody else. Yeah, I'm staying the whole day and I'm gonna enjoy it.
We'll have to do one where we have our wives with us. We'll do that next time. So are you now the tickets are good that you could walk out and come back in that same day. Are you
Yes,
leaving to go to a restaurant at one of the resorts nearby
that would be worth considering. Now that you
for
mention
dinner?
it,
Let's say for dinner.
for yes, for dinner, that would be worth considering for dinner. In all likelihood, some of the restaurants that you could get to easily from the Magic Kingdom that are not in Magic Kingdom, like say Ohana, probably not going to get into without a reservation. It realistically probably just isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Uh, but there's a chance that you could get into something over at Wilderness Lodge. If you're really interested in spending a lot of extra money on a signature restaurant, you could go to the Artist Point with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, or if not, you could go over to Whispering Canyon Cafe, and they have a pretty good all you care to enjoy spread there, from what I understand. So that would be one possible option of the ones that are around there. And also, the other one I would probably make mention of would be Grand Floridian Cafe. A little bit of a hidden gem, not get doesn't get a whole lot of attention, but it's really good food, especially when you consider the price point.
So if it is your only day, are you doing it though? Are you going to say, "Hey, look, I'm going to take 2, 3 hours. I'm going to go and get something to eat somewhere."
Um, Still, I would be hesitant to leave the park, but some people might want to just get away from it all and see a little bit of what's in the surrounding area. And I can totally understand that. The Magic Kingdom resorts are some of the nicest ones in the area to see. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I'm still gonna try to stick close to Magic Kingdom Park and try to squeeze every minute out of the opening hours of the day there. And even looking for food there, um, I might try a couple of table service restaurants there and see what their I might see what their weight is. Like the Plaza restaurant probably could
Yeah.
could be one worth looking at for something like that. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and look for a walk up again.
And with the mobile order, if you have the app, you just can't beat it, I suppose.
Right.
All right, that's fair enough. I'm trying to think what else you could do in a day. What would you said you'd hit up the shows between rides, you'd stay in, you would kill it. You would go the whole sometimes like the whole 14 hours.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I bought a 1 day ticket.
Yeah.
It's yeah. There's plenty of cash thrown down on that day, so I'm gonna make the most of it.
Well, I think that's all I can come up with. What else would you do that I probably have missed out on thinking? I talked about the swag. I talked about the food. I talked about the rides.
Okay, the one exception I would say to not leaving the park would be the fireworks show, Happily Ever After, when they close out the day with Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
If I'm not too big on standing in a big crowd of people, and I don't care if I'm close enough to the castle to see the projections clearly on the castle, that might be one time where I would actually leave the Magic Kingdom, monorail or boat over to the Polynesian, and watch that show from the beach.
All right, leave to go do that. They pipe in. I believe the music over there too. All right, well
Yes,
that's
they
that's
do.
pretty good for one day, just at the top at the Magic Kingdom. Justin, we'll have to do this if you had only one day at Epcot, or one day at Hollywood Studios, or one day at Animal Kingdom next time.
Okay, yep. Right now, one day at Epcot's pretty easy.
That-
They've got
well,
most of it. They got most of it closed down for everything that's coming in around the corner.
yeah, I know. I've heard that it's very quiet and very. You just basically go to the World Showcase and that's it. But all right, guys, that's all we have for today. Next week it'll be my turn, and I'm Justin's going to grill me with a few things, and I'll see if I'm going to come from a different perspective though, because I live not too far away. So thank you for listening. Hope this is entertaining. Hope this is useful. Hopefully you got to know a little bit of Justin by knowing that he'd rather, go on Soarin' over the Flight of Passage. And we'll talk to you next time.
Peace out.